Hey guys, welcome to my new Let's Play. Yes, we'll be Let's Playing Super Robot Wars X. Now, if you don't know about the series, it's basically a strategy game with different robots from different companies. As you can see there, you got Gundams, you got Massinger Zeta, you got Mass and Kaiser, you got Gurren Lagann. You have quite a lot, honestly, so there's a lot to do. Now, if you're planning on buying this game, I suggest you make a Japanese or Chinese account or Philippines account. Just depends on where you bought the game. You got from Amazon like I did, and mine is Chinese. Well, it's actually from Japan, but for some reason the game itself is linked to Chinese, so you have to make a Chinese account, in order to download the DLC and all, and have everything. But once you do that, it's really easy. Nintendo made it super simple. You don't need any stupid zip codes or anything like that. So let's start off, and you're gonna select your other account. So let's go. By the way, I'm running some really shitty headphones because it's the only thing that I have. Well, earbuds, I just want them, to listen, to know when to shut up when they start talking. But yeah, this game does have some voice acting actually. Not all the characters talk, but some do. Now obviously the Super Robot Wars X theme, but you guys aren't gonna listen to all of it. Because, well, you can get hit with copyright strikes. Now, when you first start off the game, if you want the DLC, obviously, after you make the account and everything, you have the code. But you can go to the Nintendo eShop right here, enter the code, and that's it. Now, as you can see here, we got library, and that's something we'll get into later. Right now, you guys might be thinking, oh, you're gonna press start. No, I'm actually gonna pick load. Now, this is where I'm gonna load it. As you can see here, this is my clear file, and you can see it's not 100%. Reason being that I did Let's Play this game for myself, honestly. I played through it, and I just wanted to do it because I wanted to get a feel, know what to do, and know what I had to do. I have to make 3 separate Let's Plays to cover everything in this game. It's not a long game, but it does take time because you can't really skip a lot of stuff. Now let me show you this. We're gonna go to the options and we're gonna go to system. As you can see here, the music is down. Why? Like I said, copyright strikes. I know it sucks. I know a lot of people want to hear to the full songs, but hear me out. Hear me out. If I were to play one of the Wayne Gundam songs, which, in fact, let me show you. We got F91, and we got the Max, right? Where's Wayne's here? If I play White Reflection, guess what? This video is gonna get censored, basically. It's gonna get banned in different countries, and only a few countries can see it. And that's not good. So, why did I decide to pick this? Just load it up as a new game plus. Because of the data migration. I'm gonna show you how this works. The reason being that having the funds and all that stuff is gonna let us play the game a lot easier, and it's gonna let us do everything 100%, so we don't have to worry about that. Like I said, this is a really long game, and you're probably gonna be struggling at the start of it, because there's certain stuff that you have to do, but you cannot do them unless you have power-ups, certain units, and all that stuff. So, before we start, let me go to options, let me go to library, and let me show you the scenario charts. This is the full game. This is my the playthrough I did, all of it. And as you can see there, there's choices. Yeah, this choice right here depends of if you pick a male or a female character. And that's how it works. So it keeps going. And you see how it has different branches. Depending on what you do, that's where the story is gonna go. So here you can see everything. And then there's crosses like this, which is basically, you know, that unite themselves. But that's basically how it works. Now, if I do remember correctly, oh yeah, you can actually play them. So that's probably, you know, that's probably how I'm gonna do it. We'll play them and we'll, you know, move it like that. But I don't know if I can actually pick that one down there. But like I said, that is how it's gonna work. And let me see. Another thing we should be familiar with. Oh yeah, the abilities and everything. This is a whole guide telling you everything. As you can see here, I only have one missing. Here are the skill sets, telling you what they do and everything they go. Then you have special abilities, which is stuff that is only available for certain mobile suits. So basically what you have here is barrier, eye field. Only a few Gundams have that. In fact, if you press A, you can see which ones have the eye field. And like Zero System, obviously, only Wayne Zero has it. So it's nice and everything. Of course, I'm missing one. I don't know which unit that is, but we'll see. So, DLC, to go here to the bonus scenario, you can also go to the eShop and add what you need from there. But you go to bonus scenario, and here are all the scenarios. Now, I have all of them unlocked, but the thing is that you have to do a certain amount of things to get them to unlock. That's how it works. You know, like, I think you can get these 3 ones without actually completing the second mission. But after that, you have to complete mission 1, you know, you have to complete them until 47. That's the last unlock. So that is how it's gonna work. So, let's see, what else do we have to do? Let's go to the scenarios chart and let's see how this works. Okay, Keepers of the Custodian, Law and Order, Freedom. Pilots and their level will differ from save data. Funds, AXP, or enemies down will not carry over. So, yeah, you might be thinking, oh, sir, you can do it like this. Yeah, nothing carries over. So it's not the way you actually want to do it. So we have to actually do the migration. And here you go, you have the Mech Encyclopedia, the Character Archive, and all that stuff. So let's start the data migration then. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Start new game using the funds, TAC, and score earned in current game. Carry over skill programs, progress, and magic constitutions in progress each time you clear the game. You may keep 5 power-up parts in your inventory for the next playthrough. Power-up parts are basically what you customize your mobile suits with levels, with the money, but you can also customize them with parts, and the parts is what really makes the difference. You know, you can make them a lot stronger, give them more reach, give them more evasive. There's one that if you hit an enemy and your attack was over 70% accuracy, hits all the other enemies that was in the area. And as you can see here, the maximum items is 25, excluding emblems related items. The emblems is what you guys saw earlier, that was 1 gold, the others were silver. That makes it basically make it so you get more money and more tactical points and everything. And as you can see here, from the 3rd playthrough, mechs and weapons can be upgraded up to 15 times. Means that you get 15 free upgrade slots. Trust me, you're gonna need more than that just to upgrade their suits, but 15 times is pretty good. From the 4th, receive these power parts at the beginning of the game. So you start the game with X Crystal, X Booster, Bionic Armor, Cyclone Booster, Traveler Charm, Topological Scope, and Maxwell Motor. So yeah, I think you know where the Maxwell Motor goes, and that basically goes on freaking left side. So let's start off. Select how you carry over your tack points. You can carry over all tack points and restores tack points that you have already used, or you can retain skill programs and carry over remaining tack points. So basically this is double-edged sword, because you can carry all your tack points, all of them, and then you spend them, or you can retain already the skill programs. Skill programs, that's another way of customization. Your characters have skills, and they also do level up, but they level up in battle. And the thing is that the tack points, well, basically you're gonna be with the skill programs. You can go like, okay, evade, first strike, full counter, defense, energy save, ammunition save. That's how this works. So in my opinion, since I already have my team pretty built up, I'll keep them, because the tack points aren't that hard to get. You get quite a lot over the game, so I'm not worried about that. But if you're just starting out, you're not gonna have this option. So I'm gonna retain all my skill programs, progress, and carry over the remaining tactical points that I haven't used. Okay, so this is where you select your parts. Which parts are you gonna keep? As you can see here, we got 8. So I'm smart. I already know which are the strongest ones. So we're gonna get Super Alloy C. We're gonna get 2 of those. We're gonna get Super Alloy C, the normal one. No, not yet. Okay, so we can only do, yeah, we can only do 5. I forgot about that. Got 5. X Material, Hyper Reload, Soul Steel, Minosky Drive, Wizard Operator, Fight Module. I know this can be pretty boring, but it's just how it works. So recovered. Eden Wings. Yeah, Eden Wings. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need those 2. Okay, so I got Eden Wings. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. I mean, we can't carry anymore, so we're good. So yeah. And here are the level difficulties. We can pick beginner, we can pick standard, we can pick expert. We're gonna play in standard, really. As you can see here, the hardest difficulty is pretty crazy. But you can switch it out if you think it's hard. Oh, and by the way, even if you play in standard, once you get a certain amount of super robot points, that turns into hard mode. So you're still gonna be playing expert. Why? I don't know. Looks like that. So let's go. Big choice here. You can play as a male or a female. Why is that important? Remember that branching path that I showed you the first time? That's why that is important. So if you pick a male, you're gonna get something. If you pick female, you're gonna get another thing. So I say let's pick female, because I played male in my other one. Okay. You can have last name, first name, nickname. Aquamarine, Amari, her birthday, blood type, game start. You can change all of this, And nah, I'll keep it the same. And bonus content has been downloaded.
始まりのアルワース。神と獣、光と闇、過去と未来が集う世界。それは永遠に覚めぬ夢。大地は人の思いを吸い、木々には知恵の実が熟す。生と死の狭間に浮かび、誰にも知られず世界は回る。すべては地の神エンデの名のもとに。そして若者は旅立つ。真実を求め戦いの大地へと。
Olaf, the beginning. Oh yeah, guys, here we go. Worlders of the magical Eden's dogma, they're named the Keepers of Order. A young soul and a magical creature are leaving them to set out on a journey. And yeah, you're always gonna get intros like that. Keepers of the Temple, the Eden Chamber. Now let me explain something here. You see how it says X, Y? If you hit X, you get the backlog. Now if you see there that it says up and down, that's basically to change the text speed. But obviously so I'm gonna be reading some of it. I'm gonna keep it with just pressing it myself. No regrets? None. Well, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, or speaking as it were. What would it take to convince you? I need you to swear an oath here in Eden's chamber. Understood. I'm prepared to do that much at least. From this moment forth, I am no longer sorcerer of the Keeper of the Order. I am a traveler in search of the truth. Much appreciated. I can see well enough just how determined you are. Aquamarine sorcerer, from this day forward, you are my master. Your master? A fitting title, consider that you freed me from the Keepers. And your duty as my master is to give me a name. Like a pet? Just as one cannot change their fate, so too can the first name bestowed upon the magical creature never be altered. It was a stroke of good luck that I encountered you before the Keeper had a chance to name me. Now then, Master, bestow destiny upon me. Right. How about call you Sparrow? Sparrow, an acronym term for hope, if I'm not mistaken. For destiny is a little flimsy. Well, excuse me. I'll have you know I gave it plenty of thought. Oh, I'm not complaining. From now on, you may call me Sparrow. We're off then, Sparrow. And not a moment too soon. We have to get as far from here as possible before day breaks. Just a moment, Master. There is one more thing that we require from our journey, which is something that amplifies a sorcerer's magic beyond reckoning. That particularly used for arcane apparatus, the Auto Warlock. I heard this Auto Warlock was left abandoned in the storehouse. Looks pretty old too. Its name is Selguard, a prototype that underwent testing untold centuries ago, but was never fully adopted. I suppose that's why it lacks the Keeper's emblem. Still, Sparrow, you're quite the font of knowledge, aren't you? I was merely given such knowledge at birth, that's all. No wonder this thing was abandoned. We managed to get it running, but its magic amplification rate is awful. You've no choice but to use your own powers to offset the difference, Master. My powers? Lacking confidence, are we? I'll do my best, but no promises. What's wrong with me? I've been having trouble with my magic ever since we left the temple. Deep down inside, I am regretting my decision to flee the Keepers. Careful, Master. Something approaches. Rune Golems? Did the Keepers send them after us? That seems doubtful. I suspect they were placed near the temple to act as automated guards. Considering this area is well outside their jurisdiction, they were likely deployed here long ago and abandoned. Look at that, Sparrow! There's a golden golem again among them. Rune Golem absorbs mineral from the earth. They're self-sufficing and self-repairing. Based on the coloring, it must have absorbed gold ore. I've never seen such a thing before, and if I stay with the Keepers, I doubt I ever will have. Yes, consider your intellectual curiosity picked. Shall we test out the Selguard's capability and scuffle with those golems, Master? Well, they're not under a sorcerer's control, so they shouldn't be much of a threat. Wait, you're not scared, are you? It would seem choosing you was a grave error of judgment on my part. I'll fight. Actions speak louder than words. I came this far on my own. I'm going to see this through. Selguard combat mode confirmed. Active audit convergence rate crossing minimum combat threshold. Can't say I'm confident, and my determination decidedly lacking. But I'm going to do this. Our journey begins now. Okay, guys. So, if you have played any type of tactical game like Advance Wars or Fire Emblem, that's kind of like that. Now, as you can see here, this is our objective. Win condition: defeat all enemies fulfilling the conditions in blue. Clear the map. Defeat condition: the protagonist is defeated. Now it depends. It's gonna tell you the protagonist is defeated, or all your allies are defeated, or your ships are defeated. It just depends. This scenario doesn't have super roll award points. Super roll-up points are basically what lets you unlock secrets. So we'll be going through those, but the first few scenarios don't have any, so you don't have to worry. Okay, as you can see here, we got the grid, and we can move it. You know, can just move the whole map like that. Now, our suit here, if we go to stats, you can see all of his abilities and everything. As you can see here, these are your skill sets with your bonus. If you're ace, you're gonna get movement and all that. Ace level is depending on the kills. I think is 50 then 70. Here's the information of the mech. As you can see right now, we don't have any special abilities, we don't have any power-up parts. And here are the armor and all that information. Here are the weapons, the attacks that it does, the damage, the energy cost or ammunition cost, the range of it, and the amount of percentage of the hit. So we got Vortex, Scorch, Storm. But you can call them Vortex, Ignis, Tempesta. Now that we know that, here we have EX actions. You can see here we got EXC. That's the EX counter. Every time you destroy an enemy or a group of enemies, you're gonna get 1 for each. The max is 10. And with that, it lets you add this menu and it gives you different options. You can see here the minimum requirement is 2. So you're gonna, for 2, you get boost dash, basically giving you 2 movement plus ignores the negative effects caused by terrain. Meaning, when you talk about terrain, well, as you can see here, if I press B, you see how I have defense, evasion, HP regen, and it's a 0 because it's plains. But if I go to the forest, check it out, I have more defense and more evasion. But same goes for them. Now you can also take a look at the enemy, the Rune Golem. As you can see there, it has 1 support attack, 1 support defense. The support's attack and support defense are only triggered if they're close to each other. So that's how that works. And we can land. We're hovering right now, but we can land. Depending on the unit, some units are gonna be better on the ground than they are up in the sky. You also have Spirit, which Spirit, as you can see here, is basically a whole nother menu. You got the spirits of your pilot, but if your pilot has a company member, like here, like Sparrow, he has another ability, so it's possible to stack a few of them. Obviously not the same one, but you can activate focus. And if you need help from your allies, let's say you're in this menu and you need, you know, one like Attune, you can go here, you press it, and it's gonna give you which of your team has it, and you can just select it and just use it. There we go, we have 100% accuracy. Now we're just gonna attack, and we have a few attacks. We got Ignis, we got Tempesta. Let's start with Tempesta because Tempesta is actually the strongest one here. And here you can see these are the stat screens. You can have all the information you have about the enemy. As you can see here, it doesn't have any of our spirits. We do have a spirit, which is over there. The percentage over there on the top, in the middle, is basically this. That's the amount of percentage that I have to hit. So I have a 100% accuracy. He has 0. 0 because he's too far away, he cannot reach me. So depending on the enemy and the terrain and all that, that's how it goes. If you need to activate a spirit command in battle, you can actually do it from here, from this menu. And the other spirit commands are also going to be there. Attune cannot be selected because I already have selected it. You can demo on, which is basically how you see the fight. And support is not available for us, but support, though, we'll get to that later. So let's start the battle. Why am I having such trouble focusing my magic? Master, if you suspect you may be physically ill, I suggest we withdraw. Thanks, Sparrow. I'm fine, 5. Really. And if we give up here, the same thing is going to happen again later. Allow me to handle scaling and machine control, then focus on harnessing your magic and audit. Convergence, Master. You can do that sort of thing? And quite happily, if I do say so myself. In that case, I place myself in your care. And in return, I promise victory. Working together, we cannot lose. Yes, my master. And here is the combat.
単純な命令を聞くだけのゴーレムなんかに
敵はドグマの射程内。
集え前嵐の線吹き荒れなさいテンペスタ
And this is one of the coolest things about the game. You actually get to see the attacks and they're pretty darn awesome. And there you go. It's a one-hit wonder. So every time you defeat an enemy, you get this screen. As you can see there, funds acquired, that's basically the money, you get the tactical points, but you also get your EX counter going up. Some units, some characters, I mean, because of different abilities they have, when they destroy one unit, they can actually get 5 EX counts or 10 max. That's how it goes. Here you have your XP bonus from that fight, your score, and your level. And we got a silver emblem right there. Emblems, obviously, tag points, different stuff that you gain, money, that's how you get them. And since we got the gold emblem, oh, this is carryover from the other playthrough. And there we go. Okay, so we have defeated that one, so we earned the turn. Oh, another thing is this drop-down menu. You can actually do search and search what each of the command and special ability does. You can use the squad list and check out your allies or your enemies. And you got the tactical report, which is basically tells you what you have achieved right now. System, obviously, this is another menu. Suspend is if you have to go and do something, then you can just press suspend and the game will just end here, and then when you come back and start the game, you can just resume it where you left it off. It's not 100% safe. You always save when you finish the game, but when you finish the scenario, but that's how it goes. So let's end the phase. Oh yeah, before you end the phase, make sure you have the camera position where you want it, because where you end it, when you end the phase, that's the position the camera is gonna stay until it's your turn. So it's their turn, they're gonna move. They did not attack, but we're here. So we can now use boost dash or direct attack. There's trick attack. Now direct attack, basically, as you can see there, ignores special abilities and skill set related to enemy defense. Also ignores the reduced damage caused by size difference. Yeah, that's another thing. If a unit is way bigger than yours, then your damage does not be the same if it's worth to a normal one or a smaller one. You also have trick attack, which basically does all attacks do not require energy or ammunition for one battle. Weapon conditions are like required moral and skill of still apply. Moral being that your character, when he sorties, let me show you here. You see where it says morale? That is basically a number that, depending on how many enemies you defeat and all that stuff, or just having units that actually do increase your morale. Some attacks are linked to that, some special abilities are linked to that, like the zero system. If you have 130 more morale, it's gonna activate. If you don't, it's not gonna activate for you until you get that. And the other one is smash hit. All attacks become criticals for one turn. Can be stacked with Spirit Command, Valor, and Soul. Valor and Soul is another Spirit Command that basically lets you hit harder. Basically, it gives you like 2 times. And multi-action. Multi-action is very easy. You spend 3 points and you defeat an enemy. If the attack after you use multi-action destroys the enemy, you get another turn with that unit. But if it doesn't work. So I'm not gonna use any of those right now, and we're gonna move. Now I have Tempesta, so basically you can move all over here, and just because you move here doesn't mean you have to stay there. You can just press B and move, you know, to a position you want. Now you can attack or stand by. If you're not gonna use your unit, you just press stand by. If you're gonna attack, well, you just press attack. And as you can see here, we can only do Vortex. So let's do Vortex, of course. And as you can see here, his percentage is 26, mine is 96. I don't see any reason to use Focus because he's not really gonna hit me. So let's see. I know a lot of you guys want to see that. So he survived for just a little bit. And that's how dodging works. As you can see there, if you do not defeat the enemy, you get some XP, but you do not get any funds or any tactical or EX count. So, let's end the phase. Okay, so we can actually take it down. So, here you can see the action menu. Now, this is very important. When you go to the action menu, you have different actions. Now you see that I have Whirlwind, right? But you don't want to use Whirlwind. You just select it, and you select the attack you want to use. Depending on your range, energy level, or morale is the attack that you can use of it. So let's go with Ignis. You can also defend, which is basically based off your armor points, and that's the amount of damage you're gonna take. It's always gonna be reduced depending on how much armor do you have. As you can see, I have 1,400, so that means that 1,400 points are not gonna do me that damage, plus whatever other conditions, you know, like the attack of the units, the size differences account. Evade is all about mobility, so if you have a lot of mobility, you're gonna be able to evade. Now, if I press evade here, you can see that it's only gonna 13% chance of hitting me. Defense stays with 26 or whatever it has, but we're gonna counter it. We're gonna use the Ignis. I have to say, the animations are pretty darn cool. The effects and everything, the sounds. Now, there's some units that look better than others. That's just how it goes. Sometimes they just do that. And you guys saw there that the numbers were green. That's because the attack wasn't that strong. When it's red, it's critical. Green is pretty normal, and I think green is mostly like defensive and stuff, and white is pretty normal, if I remember correctly. And as you can see there, we got more point. We made it to level 2. Leveling up does not restore your HP or energy or anything like that. Okay, so this guy has a 38%, we only have 77 with Tempesta. And yeah, let's go with Tempesta after our focus. So we hit more and he hits select. So let's go.
オド収束マルフ冷静確認
青蘭のドグマ貫いてテンペスタ。
We hit it pretty darn good. He didn't hit back. Now, let's say that you're tired of watching the animations, so what you can do is this. Okay, you don't have to go to the EX, but I just want to show you how this works. So we got that, and we got Tempesta, and we're gonna hit him with Tempesta, of course. We're gonna do a Spirit Command, so we're way stronger. And now we start the battle. But I don't want to watch the battle, and I forgot to hit the demo off. Just press the B button. There you go. that's really helpful, because the thing is that sometimes these battles can get really long, and it gets kind of annoying. The only bad thing is you're not gonna see the results of the battle until you check the units. That's the only bad thing. Selling the gold fragment from this golden should earn us quite a sum. That's good to hear. We're going to have to keep money on our mind going forward. I must give thanks for having such a beneficial encounter so early in our travels. Give thanks to Eden, God of wisdom. To you, Master, I pray we meet another such harbinger of good fortune in the days to come. Okay, so we have another turn. We're gonna use another EX. We're gonna use a direct attack. And we cannot use Tempesta because range. Since we don't have the range, what we do is we move over here. And we cannot use it because of move and fire. Some attacks require move and fire. Move and fire is basically you move and you cannot shoot. But there's other abilities like charge that lets you move and shoot as well. So the strongest one we can use right now is Ignis, because if we move, it's not gonna really be helpful. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna start the battle. And this is what it should do. Okay, another way to speed up the battle is keeping 80 health, and as you can see, everything's gonna move faster. But all the sounds and everything is gonna stay the same. So, there we go, we did that. Now he's going to attack us. And let's start the battle. And since we don't have counter or full counter or anything like that, we don't go first. If we did, we have preemptive strike. We would have hit him first, and he would have done damage to us. But as you can see here, we level up. And here you can see all the stats when you level up and everything. Close combat, RNG, skills, defense, evade, hit. He also levels up, by the way. A fine display, Master. How sucks are treating you? It was a little confused initially, but I think I figured it out by the end. Oh, thanks to you showing me the way, Sparrow. She's taken to Soga quite well. A welcome miscalculation. A sorceress on the run, a defiant magical creature, and an unwanted auto warlock. I think we might have a good team, Sparrow. We may have secured an early victory, but the road ahead is perilous. If you're regretting the decision, we can always head back to the Keepers. Spare me. Why, if anyone is going to find an excuse to head back, it's you, Master. I made a vow in this chamber. I vowed to seek the truth. To me, that vow weighs far more heavily than any doctrine of the Keepers. Very well, I'll remember those words. I'm counting on you, Sparrow. We're going to face our destiny together. Common causes, common destiny, can't find much to disagree with there. Let's be on our way then. It's almost dawn. Any destination in mind? None, but I do plan on turning back. Very well. Let your heart lead you, Master. I'll be with you all the while. Until the day this world meets its end. Okay, after you have completed the scenario, here's your report. You get funds, money. Those are not the total of what you earn from defeating enemy. This is just for clearing their scenario, and you also get attack points. Same goes for the attack points. Sorry about that. One year sorcerer and a magical creature. A long battle lies in store for them on their journey, and for the warriors from the other worlds that they encounter. There's a lot of reading in this game. Power parts, Odic talismans. You do get power parts from completing them, And you also get them from defeating certain enemies as well. And you also get money, more money. You get more attack points. Okay, so this is basically your main menu. As you can see here, we got customization. We have everything that we need. And let me show you the customization. Okay, you go to Cellguard and you see how much funds. That's how much money we can put into Cellguard. And as you can see here, since I'm using my clear file data, I can basically already have a level 10, which we're gonna do. And when you get to level 10, you get a very special item. As you can see here, we got grant plus 1 power part slot. Now, this is a really special menu. You can only access it once. When you have upgraded completely, you get to choose this. Adaptive air is for it to be better in the air, on the ground. It can move more. The weapons have one range more. Adaptive, adaptive terrain. Increases units and weapon terrain handling. Adaptive water. Yes, there's water in this game. There's water, there's underwater, there's space. You can have half barrier and armor energy consumption. That is good for units that are basically more defensive. So when you use those defensive capabilities like eye fields and stuff like that, it consumes energy. So instead of wasting 10, it's gonna waste 5. But you also have power parts. I always go for power parts because power parts are just great. And when you add power parts to your unit, it makes them so much stronger. Trust me, it's worth getting this one. After you pick that decision, you cannot go back, by the way. Okay, now we go to power parts. And as you can see here, we got Super Alloy C, new Super Alloy C. Attic even means if I can put 4, so I'm gonna put all 4 that I have. Super Alloy, Attic, Eden. We got silver and gold. As you can see here, this one double the funds gained by defeated enemies. So this is good for your units that are gonna be defeating a lot of enemies. So I'll give it gosh, gold emblem. So as you can see there's the customization. If you got to change everything, you can see how the stat changes. So that's always gonna be there. Now the skill tree is basically this whole thing. This is all the skills that you have, and you buy them and you add them to your character. Now there's also parameters, which is over here, and this one lets you upgrade your character's close combat, skill level, evasion, hit up, defense, terrain handling. You can go. The reason I don't go for the terrain handling is because you can go here and go from A to S really easy. You just need to waste a couple points. And special. The special here are basically tactical standby, which basically makes it, as you can see here, if you end a player's phase without the units taking any action, main pilot activates Spirit Command Cell and Act Cell and recovers 5 SP at the start of the battle. Act Cell is basically that it lets you move, I think is 5 spaces more, and Seal is basically that it gives you another free turn. SP recovery, obviously you recover 10 SP. EXE bonus, you get 2 extra EXE bonus points when you sortie. Full counter is just that, full counter. Attacker, when morale is 130 points or higher, increases the damage dealt by 20%, and dash increases your movement by 1. So you go to skill programs, you pick your pilot, and then you go and you basically have the same menu you had there, but over here. And here you can pick whatever you want. I'm gonna pick full counter or counter. You know what? I'm gonna pick freaking full counter. And then you just add it there, and there you go. That's how it works. I can have preemptive strikes, spare endurance, mobile. Gonna get some safe energy. And yeah, that's the amount of skills. This fight I cannot acquire this skill. So there we go. That's pretty much it. Like I said, this is only the first scenario. And we have the other scenarios here. All of them are playable for me because I already, you know, play through the game, so they're all gonna be unlocked. But like I said, from different levels, you need to complete certain scenarios to get them. But yeah, guys, that does it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time.